Good afternoon friends, welcome back to online crash course maths class. In the last class we have started with the limits and we have solved a few objective questions. In today's class let us continue with the next question. Limit x tends to 0, cosecant x minus 1 by x is equals to, and the four options are 0, 1 by 2, 1 and does not exist. So here apply the limit, we get cosecant 0, that means it is infinity, not defined. Then minus 1 by 0 is again infinity. It is in the form of infinity minus infinity. It is an indeterminate form. So let us simplify this. Take the reciprocal of cosecant x, it becomes sin x. So I'll take the given limit. Limit x tends to 0. Here we get 1 by sin x. 1 by sin x minus 1 by x. Simplify further. Limit x tends to 0, then take up the LCM, we get x sin x. So here we get x minus sin x. Now apply the limit, again we get indeterminate form. So let us make use of LH rule here. Apply LH rule. Apply LH rule. Apply LH rule. This is equals to limit x tends to 0, take the derivative of the numerator, x tends to 0. Let us go for the derivative of the numerator. It is 1 minus cos x. So divided by, here we will have to make use of the product rule, uv the whole dash. So derivative of x, it will be 1 into sin x, it is sin x, plus write first function as it is, take the derivative of the second function. Now apply the limit and check. X tends to 0 means we get cos 0, 1 minus 1 it will be 0, then denominator again sin 0, it is 0, then here replace x by 0. So overall we are having 0 by 0 form. Once again we have to apply the LH rule. So this is equals to limit x tends to 0, then derivative of 1 it will be 0, then derivative of cos will be minus sin, minus into minus plus. So we get sin x in the numerator divided by derivative sin x will be cos x. Then now here we make use of the product rule. Derivative of first function it will be 1 into cos x will be cos x. Then now u dash v plus u v dash, write x as it is, take the derivative of this, we get minus sin x. So overall we get minus x sin x. So now apply the limit. X tends to 0, sin 0 it will be 0. So we get 0 divided by cos 0 it is 1, plus cos 0 it is again 1, minus here 0. So overall 0 by 2, 0 by 2 that is again 0. So check the options now. Option 1 is the correct answer. So note down this, then we'll take up the next question. Well, the next question it is question number 14. Limit x tends to 2 positive, limit x tends to 2 plus greatest integer x the cube divided by 3 minus greatest integer x by 3 the whole cube is the four options are option 1 it will be 0, option 2 it will be 64 by 27, option 3 it is 8 by 3, then option 4 it is 10 by 3, option 4 it will be 10 by 3. So let us simplify this. So here they have given greatest integer x and the limit is x tends to 2 positive, that means it is a right hand limit. 2 positive means slightly greater than 2. So here we will apply the limit for the given question. Limit x tends to 2 positive, greatest integer x cube divided by 3 minus greatest integer x by 3 the whole cube. So now apply the limit here. It is slightly greater than 2. 2 plus means we can take 2.1. So here replace x by 2.1. Greatest integer 2.1 the whole cube divided by 3, then minus here 2.1 by 3 the whole cube. Simplify this now. Greatest integer 2.1, so it will be rounded off to 2. Greatest integer is always less than or equal to x. 2.1 is nothing but 2. 2 cube, it will be 8. We get 8 by 3. Then minus 2.1 divided by 3 will be 0.7. So what is the greatest integer of 0.7? So it should be rounded off to 0, not 1, because this is the greatest integer. Less than or equal to integer means it will be 0. So greatest integer 0.7 the whole cube. Greatest integer 0.7 will be 0. 0 cube it will be 0. Overall 8 by 3 minus 0 it will be 8 by 3. Hence option 3 is the correct answer. Note down this, then we'll take up the next question. Well, question number 15 it is, limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0, 1 plus ax to the power 1 by bx, 1 plus ax to the power 1 by bx, which is equals to, the four options are, option 1 it is e to the power ab, option 2 it is e to the power a by b, then option 3 e to the power b by a, option 4 e to the power a, it is e to the power a. So this is slightly a different model. See here, whenever we have limit x tends to a, f of x to the power g of x, limit x tends to a, f of x to the power g of x takes infinity form. That means 1 raised to infinity form. If it takes 1 to the power infinity form, then this can be rewritten as, then limit x tends to a, f of x to the power g of x, f of x to the power g of x can be written as e to the power limit x tends to a, f of x minus 1, f of x minus 1 into g of x. So this is a standard form. Note down this has been given in the synopsis. So now I'll be making use of this concept to solve the question number 15. So let us solve the question number 15. So here limit x tends to 0, 1 plus ax to the power 1 by bx, to the power 1 by bx, this is equals to, so the form is, this is in the form of limit x tends to a, f of x to the power g of x. This can be written as e to the power limit x tends to 0, f of x means it is 1 plus ax, f of x minus 1 into g of x. What is g of x here? It is 1 by bx. Into g of x will be 1 divided by bx. This is the standard form. So plus 1 minus 1 get cancels. This is equals to e to the power limit x tends to 0. We are left out with ax into 1 by bx. So x and x get cancelled. So what do we have? A by b. Limit of a constant. A by b is a constant. Limit of a constant, it is a constant. I will be writing e as it is, small e as it is, then we get a by b here. So the overall the answer is e to the power a by b. Check the options. Option 2 is the correct answer. Note down this, then we'll take up the question number 16. Well, the next model it is question number 16. For x belongs to R, for x belongs to R, that is a real number, limit x tends to infinity, x tends to infinity, x minus 3 divided by x plus 2 whole to the power x, this is equals to, so this was asked in AIEEE 2002. So this was asked in AIEEE 2002. AIEEE means now it is JEE means. And the four options are, option 1 it is E, option 2 it is e to the power minus 1, option 3 it is e to the power minus 5, option 4 it is e raised to plus 5. So let us solve this. So again it is in the form of limit x tends to a f of x to the power g of x. It takes the form 1 raised to infinity. So we have to make use of the previous standard result. Limit x tends to infinity, x minus 3 divided by x plus 2 to the power x, this is equals to, it can be written as e to the power limit x tends to infinity f of x minus 1. So we have x minus 3 divided by x plus 2 f of x minus 1 into g of x, it will be x. Now simplify this further. E to the power limit x tends to infinity, then take up the LCM, x minus 3 minus x minus 2 divided by x plus 2 into the bracket x. So here plus x minus x get cancelled, so minus 3 into minus 2 it will be minus 5. E to the power limit x tends to infinity, then we have minus 5x divided by, I will be taking x common here. Take x common, what do we have? 1 plus 2 by x. So here x and x get cancels. Now apply the limit here. Limit x tends to infinity. Replace x by infinity now. 1 plus 2 by infinity. 2 by infinity it will be 0. So overall what do we get now? 1 plus 0 it is 1 and you have the minus sign here. So overall e to the power minus 5. The value of this entire thing, power will be minus 5. The answer is e to the power minus 5. Check the options now. Option 3 is the correct answer. Note down this. Then we'll take up the next question. Question number 17. Question number 17 is again based on this model. Question number 17. Limit x tends to 1. Limit x tends to 1. 1 plus sine pi x. 1 plus sine pi x to the power cot pi x. This is equals to, the four options are E. Option 2 it is e square. Then option 3 it will be e raised to minus 1 by 2. Then option 4 it is e to the power, option it is e square, sorry, the option 3 is e cube. Option 3 it will be e cube. Option 4 it is 1 by e. 1 by e. So let us simplify this. Again it is in the form of limit x tends to a f of x to the power g of x. It can be written as, so the given limit is limit x tends to 1, 1 plus sine pi x to the power cot pi x. So this is equals to e to the power limit x tends to 1. Then so f of x minus 1 into g of x. F of x will be 1 plus sine pi x. This is f of x minus 1. The standard form is f of x minus 1 into g of x. G of x it will be cot pi x. cot pi x. So now plus 1 minus 1 get cancels. This is equals to e to the power limit x tends to 1. So sin pi x, I will be writing it as it is, sin pi x into cot pi x can be written as cos pi x divided by sin pi x. Cos pi x divided by sin pi x. So here these two get cancels. Now apply the limit. X tends to 1. Replace x by 1. We get cos pi. What is the value of cos pi? It is minus 1. So limit of a constant. Limit x tends to 1. Cos pi x will be minus 1. E to the power minus 1. But we don't have this option in any of the 4 options. The answer is 1 by e. E raised to minus 1 can be written as 1 divided by e. Check the options now. Option 4 is the correct answer. Note down this, then we'll take up the next question. So next it will be question number 18. Question number 18, it will be limit x tends to pi, limit x tends to pi, greatest integer x. This is equals to, the 4 options are 3, option 2 it will be 4, option 3 it will be 5, option 4 it will be 6. This is one question. Then we'll take another question now. Question number 19, limit x tends to 2, greatest integer x, which is equals to, the 4 options are option 2 it is 1, option 3 it will be 0, option 4 does not exist, does not exist. So let us solve these two questions. So here it is the greatest integer x. Let us apply the limit. So what do we have? Limit x tends to pi, greatest integer x. So now this is equals to, apply the limit now, greatest integer pi, replacing x by pi, greatest integer pi means greatest integer 3.142. Pi value I am replacing 3.142. So what is the value of greatest integer 3.142? It must be rounded off to 3, lesser integer or equal to integer. Greatest integer is always less than or equal to x. Andre 3.142 ಇರೋದು 3 ಗೆ round off ಆಗಬೇಕು ಈಗ. So this is equals to 3. Check the options now. Option 1 is the correct answer. Now we have completed question number 18. Let us take up the question number 19. Limit x tends to greatest integer x is equals to. So here if this limit exists, then LHL must coincide with the RHL. Left hand limit must coincide with the right hand limit. What is the left hand limit? It is 2 minus. So I will be going for LHL and the RHL. So I will take LHL here. This is equals to limit x tends to 2 negative, x tends to 2 negative f of x. That means it is greatest integer x. Apply the limit now. 2 minus means slightly less than 2. 2 minus means less than 2. I can take 1.99. So it is greatest integer 1.99. Greatest integer 1.99 is nothing but 1. You should not round this off to 2. Instead, this must be rounded off to 1. So that is the significance of the greatest integer, less than or equal to x. Now I'll go for RHL. Now I go for RHL. This is equals to limit x tends to 2 positive. X tends to 2 positive, greatest integer x. So right hand limit, which is equals to, so apply the limit now. 2 plus means slightly greater than 2. Replace x by 2.001 or 2.1, something like that. So I can replace x by 2.01. So now what is the greatest integer 2.01? It is 2. Right hand limit, which is equals to 2. Now check LHL and RHL values. LHL it is 1 and RHL it is 2. So here it is clear that left hand limit is not equal to the right hand limit. That means the limit does not exist. Option 4 is the correct answer. Note down this, then we'll take up the next question. Well, the next question, it is question number 19. Limit x tends to 0, e power x minus e power sin x divided by 2 times x minus sin x, and this question was asked in MSET 2007. So now let us solve this. So first we will have to convert this in the standard form and then go for the substitution. Limit x tends to 0. So I'll take e power sin x common, e power sin x common in the numerator. So what do we have? E power x minus sin x, then minus 1. Multiply this term with this one, we get back the previous term. Then write the denominator as it is, 2 times x minus sin x. Now I'll take x minus sin x as the substitution, that is y. Put x minus sin x, this is equals to y. So now whenever you are going for the substitution, the limit will also change. As x tends to 0, then what happens to y? X 0, so 0 minus sin 0, it is again 0, 0 minus 0, it is 0, y tends to 0. As x tends to 0, y tends to 0. So rewrite this. I will be writing this portion as it is. This portion I will be writing it as it is. For this we will have to go for the substitution. Limit x tends to 0, e power sin x by 2, then into limit y tends to 0, into limit y tends to 0, e power, this is nothing but y, e power y minus 1 divided by this is nothing but again y, so it is y. So this we have the standard result in the synopsis. Limit x tends to 0, e power x minus 1 divided by x is nothing but 1. So the value of this limit is going to be 1 now, because it is a standard result. The value of this is going to be 1. So in the next step, so apply the limit here, replace x by 0, x tends to 0, e power sin 0. What is the value of sin 0? It is 0. E power 0 by 2, e power 0 by 2 into this limit value, it is 1. So now what is e power 0? It is 1. 1 into 1, it is 1. 1 by 2 is the answer. Check the options now. Option 2 is the correct answer. Note down this, then we'll take up the question number 20. Well, the question number 20, limit x tends to 0, log of mod log 1 plus x divided by x, then mod complete. This is equals to, again this was asked in MSET 1998. So it is MSET So the 4 options are, option 1 it will be 0, option 2 it is 1, option 3 it is minus 1, option 4 it is 2. So now let us simplify this. I'll go for the solution. Limit x tends to 0. So now log, I'll be writing it as it is, mod. Here log 1 plus x is a series. E power x is a series, sin x, cos x, tan x. For all this we have a series. I'll be replacing log 1 plus x by the series 1 minus x square by 2 plus x cube by 3 minus, and this process continues. Alternately we get minus plus minus plus, and then divided by this x must be written as it is. So this is the series for log 1 plus x. You have to remember this. Now divide every term by x. So in the next step, limit x tends to 0, log for every term we will have to divide by x now. So what do we get? 1 by x, then minus x square by 2. Sorry, this is not 1, it has to be x. So what do we get now? X by x, it will be 1 minus, then so here x and x get cancels, we have x by 2 plus, so x and x get cancels, we have one more x now, that is x square by 3 minus, and the process continues, and it continues. Now apply the limit x tends to 0, replace x by 0 now. All these terms becomes 0 now. Is that clear? So what do we have now? Overall log 1 minus 0 plus 0 minus 0 and so on. All those terms become 0. We are left out with only 1. So it is log 1. What is the value of log 1? It will be 0. Log 1, it is 0. Hence option 1 is the correct answer. Note down this, then we will take up the next question. Well, 21st it is. 21st it will be limit x tends to 0, limit x tends to 0, log 1 plus x, log 1 plus x to the base e divided by 3 to the power x minus 1. This is equals to, the four options are log 3 to the base e, then option 2 it is 0, option 3 it is 1, option 4 it is log e to the base 3, and the four options are, these are the four options, and this was asked in EAMCET 2000. EAMCET 2000. So let us simplify this. Limit x tends to 0. So here apply the limit and check. So log 1 plus 0, replace x by 0, log 1 it is 0, that denominator 3 to the power 0 it is again 1, 1 minus 1 it will be 0, it is in the form of 0 by 0, that means it is indeterminate form. Let us apply the LH rule, take the derivative of the numerator and the derivative of the denominator. So I am applying the LH rule here straight away. Derivative of this becomes 1 divided by 1 plus x, and derivative of 1 plus x it will be 1, then whole divided by derivative of 3 to the power x, d by dx of a raised to x will be a raised to x into log a, that means we get 3 power x into log 3 to the base e, derivative of this will be 0. So it can be written as limit x tends to 0. So here these two will be multiplied now, it is in the form of a by b whole divided by c, it becomes a by bc. So these two will be multiplied, we get 1 plus x into 3 power x log 3 to the base e. Apply the limit now in the next step. So what do we get now? X tends to 0 means we will have to replace x by 0. 1 divided by 1 plus 0 it is 1, and then 3 raised to 0 it is again 1. So we have only this particular term in the denominator. So we get 1 by log 3 to the base e. Now if we take this to the numerator, this is not there in any of the four options. So take this to the numerator, it becomes log e to the base 3. So this is equals to log e to the base 3. Check the options, option 4 will be the correct answer. So note down this, then we'll take up the next one. So the question is the quadratic equation whose roots are L and M, whose roots are L and M, where L, which is equals to limit theta tends to 0, 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta divided by theta, and M, which is equals to limit theta tends to 0, 2 tan theta divided by theta into 1 minus tan square theta into 1 minus tan square theta is the four options are is option 1, it will be x square plus 5x plus 6, which is equals to 0. Then option 2, it will be x square minus 5x plus 6, which is equals to 0. Then option 3, it will be x square minus 5x minus 6, which is equals to 0. Then the option 4, x square plus 5x minus 6, which is equals to 0. So this was asked in EAMCET 2002. So the question looks little bit lengthy, but it is very easy. See here, the quadratic equation whose roots are L and M. In general, they are given L and M are the roots, and L and the M are defined as L is nothing but limit theta tends to 0, 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta by theta, and M is nothing but limit theta tends to 0, 2 tan theta divided by theta into 1 minus tan square theta. So I will be solving the L and M now. First we will have to get the roots. With the help of those two roots, we can write the equation of the quadratic equation. So here L, which is equals to limit theta tends to 0. So this is nothing but sin 3 theta divided by theta. So now, in order to apply the Sandwich theorem, if you have 3 theta here, in the denominator also we should have 3 theta. Limit x tends to 0, sin x by x, it is 1. If it is x, we should have x here. That means here we have 3 theta. I will be dividing and multiplying by 3. Is that clear? Now if you apply limits separately for the first one and for the second one, this limit is going to be 1 because the standard theorem. Theta tends to 0 means 3 theta tends to 0. Theta ne 0 agidandre 3 theta kuda enagtade 0 agtade. That is why the value of this limit is going to be 1, and the value of this limit of a constant, it is a constant. Overall L, which is equals to 3. Similarly, we will get the value of M now, and M, which is equals to limit theta tends to 0. So here 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta, that is nothing but tan 2 theta, double angle formula. Tan 2 theta divided by, we have theta here, I will be writing theta as it is. Now again we have the standard property, limit x tends to 0, tan x by x, it will be 1. So here we have 2 theta, means in the denominator also we should have 2 theta. I will be dividing and multiplying by 2, so that this value is going to be 1. So limit of a constant, it is a constant. 1 into 2, it will be 2. Overall the value of M, it is 2. So we have got the roots here, L and M values. With the help of these two roots, we can write the quadratic equation. The required quadratic equation is x square minus sum of roots L plus M into x plus lm, this is equals to 0. So x, this is the standard form. This we have already learnt in 10th standard. X square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, which is equals to 0. So x square, write it as it is, then minus l plus m. L it is 3, m it is 2. 3 plus 2 it will be 5. Minus 5x plus lm. 3 into 2 it will be 6. This is equals to 0. So this is the required quadratic equation. So search the options now. X square minus 5x plus 6, which is equals to 0. It is option 2. So this is all about today's class. Note down this, and then in tomorrow's class I will be covering the previous year Karnataka CET questions on limits. Thank you.